to Bear Lifestyle, the podcast where we talk about taboo topics to make them normal and acceptable. I'm your host, Simona Spark, and I'm so happy that you are here. We are about to get naked by stripping away insecurities, judgments, and all kinds of limitations to reveal the essence of who we really are, Bear. Bold, authentic, radical, express. Let's go. Welcome back to Bear Lifestyle Podcast. I am so happy that you are here. Welcome back for those of you that have been here before, and special welcome for those of you that landed here for the first time. I'm happy you are here, and I'm gonna start with celebrations. Like always, celebrating myself, celebrating you, and celebrating everyone who listens and watches to this episode. Cheers with water today. So now we are here. We survived the eclipse and all, and I hope that you guys have an amazing experience and you get to tune into the energy of the eclipse and channel it into your biggest dreams and desires. And speaking about desires, today I want to have a conversation about kinks and fetishes. Who's up for this one? Now, if you are curious, where are your kinks inclinations? Please open the show notes and take the kink appetite quiz. It's a short 10 questions. You need a pen and a paper to mark your responses. I know, very old school. And just kind of to give you an idea, like where to start if you ever consider to bring a little bit of spice in your sex life. So now there is a lot of confusion and a lot of definitions and meanings and descriptions of what kink and what fetish means and what is the difference between them. So let's start talking about kink. What is a kink? A kink is a sexual curiosity. It could be a language, a dynamic, a object, right? I think about BDSM, BDSM practices. So whatever your inclination is, whatever your kink is, but it's a one-time experience. Of course, you could do it as many times as you want, but it's a experience, a sexual experience around a dynamic or object with the intention of drawing sexual pleasure from it. Zooming all the way out, right? If we just want to make it as simple as possible, kinks lives in BDSM practices. What BDSM stands for those of you that you're not familiar with this abbreviation. BDSM stands for bondage and discipline, dominance and submission, sadism and masochism. So there are different dynamics between the sexual partners where everyone is clear on their role and all participants are agreeing. Let's don't forget about the importance of consent, agreeing into having this kinky experience with the main goal of orgasm or any other sexual pleasure, right? So that would be a kink, put it aside, right? So again, if you want to find out what are your BDSM inclinations, then please open the show notes and take the kink appetite quiz. Now, when it comes to fetishes for me, the way that I explain it when I work with clients in this space is a fetish is more like a lifestyle. It's not one time, one curiosity, one experience that ones want to have. Fetishes, it's a big component of the identity, right? We have those common ones, foot fetish, hair fetish, so many, right? They could be around objects or roles or daddy fetish, mommy fetish, just name it. But unlike the kink, the fetish is not something that goes away. The fetish is something that wants care with them throughout the day. It's a lifestyle. Now, that doesn't mean that they express it all the time. It's not expressed 24/7, but it's present 24/7. So I hope that this is helpful. Like if you take the kink appetite quiz just to find out your BDSM inclinations, the goal of this quiz is to discover what might be some kinks that you might be curious to experience, right? Another way that you could explore this is, again, journaling. Like really asking yourself the questions. What brings me pleasure? How do I like to be touched? What are the toys that I like to play with? Do I want to play them with a partner or just by myself? What are the objects or scenarios or role plays that are arousing to me, right? And then as you go through this self-exploration, self-discovery, just by yourself, with a piece of paper, right? You will know and you will feel, your body will tell you what are the things that you might just be curious about and what are the things that you just will prefer to have all the time. So now if you are in a relationship, this will be something very exciting to explore with your partner. Or if it's something that you might feel that you might need assistance with, then open the show notes and book a free call. Let's jump on a call and let's have a full-on coaching session to help you discover and identify what might be your kinks or your fetishes, and most importantly, what doesn't let you explore those, right? Look, at this point in my life, I believe that everyone has their own kinks and fetishes. And most people don't even know what they are. Why? Because they didn't give themselves the time and the space and the support to actually explore, discover, or I should say uncover, what's in there. So if you not follow me on Instagram, I will recommend to do so at Simona Spark World. That is the space where I'm posting pretty much every day free content, little educational videos, posts, just read the captions, and other than that, just go Google the goddamn things. We literally have access to information at the tip of our fingers, so might as well, let's just start educate ourselves. We could start educating and just engaging our brain and learn about things and open our mind to things instead of judging them like are not normal, right? And then just be honest with ourselves and let all those thoughts to drop into our body and actually feel into what we are learning. And then, just go ahead and experience, because we don't know for sure until we experience it, and that's that, right? So I know we are here to discuss taboo topics. This is one of them. I'm happy to see, on social media, you could just go on any social media and type those words in, and I'm so happy to see that there are so many people out there they're talking about it, so we could make this taboo topic normal and acceptable. And in this space, I just want to invite you, as always, to go ahead and have a bear experience. What a bear experience would look like in a kink fetishes world. Well, be bold, go search about it, read about it, take the quiz in the description, right? Take a bold action. Authenticity in here translate into really have a conversation with yourself, and don't worry about what people say. Don't worry about your research results might be what are the top kinks or fetishes. No, you get to discover what is it that belongs to you, right? Have a radical conversation with yourself. What is it that I desire? What is it that I'm curious about? Letting go of all the judgments about it. Judgments of others, but most importantly, your judgments about the thoughts and curiosities that you have in this space. And then express yourself. just learning about a new thing, getting curious about what that might look like for us, or even admitting that those are my kinks, those are my fetishes, if we are not expressing them, if we are not setting the stage with our sexual partners about it, then they're just sitting there dormant. And I do want to close with this. Let go of your sex. Let go of your sexual orientation. Let go of your age. Let go of your body shape and size. None of them matter. None of them are there to tell you that you get to or not get to have this kink, have this experience, or explore this fetish. And I'm saying that because more and more I keep on hearing people using those elements as an excuse or a justification, right? They think it's a justification. I perceive it as an excuse why they do not go to have a bare experience, to be authentic self. Oh, I'm too old. Oh, I'm not skinny enough. Oh, my body's not perfect. Oh, this, and that. You have to just let go of everything because this is your life. And I have news for you. You are a sexual being. And it's time to let go of all the insecurities, judgments, and shame attached to our sexual desires. And as an adult, we talked about this before, we actually get to do what we want. And we don't need anyone's permission to do so. So, in closing, again, I wish you to have an amazing day. Go ahead and have a bare experience and get curious about what are your kinks, your fetishes, and go ahead and fulfill those desires. See you next time. And this is where we landed. Thank you so much for tuning in today. And if you enjoyed the show, make sure you leave me a review to let me know. For more bare experiences, please go to simonaspark.com/bare and follow us on Instagram at Simona Spark World. I can't wait to have you back. Until then, be bare, bold, authentic, radical, expressed. See you next time.